In today's video, we're going to go over 12 things you should be looking for in a good martial arts school. Now, if you don't know who I am, I'm Master Jonathan Field, the owner of Cobourg Tae Kwon Do, multiple-time world champion and world record holder, as well as the co-founder of Empowered. And like I said, in today's video, we're going to go over a few things that you should be looking at when you are looking to join a martial arts school, whether it be for yourself or for your child. So let's get to it. The first thing I want you to look at is the school clean? When you first enter the building, or the academy, or the dojo, is the school clean? The lobby, the office, and especially the training area, also known as the dojo, in Taekwondo, Korean martial art, or some Japanese martial arts, looking at the dojo, or training mat, some people call it that as well. But is your training area clean? Are mat clean? Is the equipment clean? I think martial arts schools, across Ontario, Connecticut, New York, Texas, Florida, even over in Ireland, I see some really awesome clean schools, and I think the schools that's been filthy, where I personally would not step on their floor because this place was filthy. You want a clean place to train in, because it's gonna make you feel better, but also it's gonna help promote a healthier hygiene within the community in the school. The second thing I want you to look at, or number two, is the floor, the training floor, as well as the equipment in good working condition. Meaning, is it safe to train on? If it's not safe for you to use, then I'm wondering why you're training at that school. You want a school to have a good floor. This is like the floor that I'm standing on. It's the same floor as they use in Olympic Taekwondo. It's in good repair. You get a little scuff here and there, but there's nothing that, you get your foot stuck in or something along that line. It provides really good padding if you practice on break falls and stuff along that line, or any type of ground work. It's comfortable. And then our equipment, we have bags behind me here, and mats, and kicking paddles, and shields, and focus mitts. All that equipment needs to be in good, solid repair so that you can train more efficiently and safe in your martial art. The third thing I want to talk about is, when you're looking at a school, is the style of martial art that school is teaching. Is it legit? Is it legitimate? Is it actually a legitimate martial art style? Now, there's literally hundreds and thousands of martial art styles out there. All of the common ones like Taekwondo, Judo, Karate, Jiu-Jitsu, Karate, Kickboxing, Krav Maga, and Kung Fu, and I go on with different styles. And there's also a lot of sub-styles within those styles. But what I want to talk about is the style legitimate. I'm not going to be sharing another video next little bit talking about what makes a legitimate martial arts style. But for now, is the actual system legit? Is it something that you can go on Google and find it? That's number one. You need to do your research and learn about it. Two, are the actual techniques that are being taught, is it common sense that it would actually work? There's a lot of techniques out there that are taught that will absolutely not work in a competition setting, self-defense setting, or even in a setting where somebody's resisting the technique a little bit. So make sure that you are learning a legitimate martial arts style, or checking out a school that actually teaches it. So watch the classes, have discussions with instructors, maybe try class and see if it feels legit. If it doesn't feel legit, it's probably not a good martial arts school for you. The fourth thing I want to talk about is, does the martial arts schools that you're checking out, do they belong to an organization? Now, there are schools that don't belong to an organization that are very good, but there's a lot of really excellent martial art organizations out there that help educate particular schools and that particular style or system, or there's also organizations that have multiple styles. Belonging to an organization is actually a huge advantage in the martial arts, because those schools tend to get a lot more knowledge and they have a lot more opportunity to provide better education and better training for their students. So it's not an absolute must, but definitely see if the school belongs to a legitimate organization. If they do, you're probably pretty reassured that they are a legitimate school and have people overlooking them to make sure that they're doing everything proper for you. The fifth thing I want to talk about, does the martial arts schools that you are checking out, are they insured? Nowadays, with liability and your personal safety on the line, you need to belong to a martial arts school that has legitimate martial art and liability insurance just in case something happens. And most times when a martial arts school has insurance, they will make sure there's a lot more safety and health protocols versus some schools that don't. So make sure that they have proper insurance. And some martial arts schools actually offer individual martial art insurance through organizations for their students, especially the ones that want to take it up a notch and go to competition. You will have personal insurance covered for you. The sixth thing I want to talk about is the certification of the head instructors and the head instructors. Mainly starting with the head instructor or master instructor in the school. What are the certifications? So what I mean by certifications, do they have actual martial art instructor certification or teaching certification? Do they have coaching certifications if they're coaching at competitions? Do they have personal trainer certification, conditioning certification, and certifications along that line if they're also incorporating physical fitness and conditioning into their martial arts program? The more certifications, the more knowledge that a head instructor has, they can pass that on to you and make sure that you have a better, high-quality training, as well as to make sure everything is safe and regulated so that you will have the best training possible with lots of knowledge, but we also want to always consider the safety of the students. So what certification does the instructors have, or mainly the head instructor at the school that you're checking out? The seventh thing I want to discuss is the rank of the head instructor and then instructor below that. So what do I mean by rank? So everybody's pretty much accustomed of there's color belt ranks in martial arts, and there's also black belt ranks in martial arts. So what rank or what black belt rank is your instructor? First of all, are they a color belt? Well, if you're a color belt that owns the school and they're in the highest rank, or does the school have actual black belt that run the school? And then at that point, what degree? So in Taekwondo, for example, or the Taekwondo Japanese style, so if you're going to look at Korean and Japanese style martial arts, for example, they believe that a first degree black belt is only the beginning of martial art learning. So all the color belt ranks before that, you're just learning, but the real learning, the real knowledge comes from first degree black belt and up. So is the head instructor still learning at a beginner level, or have they got to a much higher learning level? Like, I'm going to use Taekwondo for example. So in Taekwondo, World Taekwondo, fourth degree black belt is considered a master level, or a master teacher. That would be a better way of saying that. So as a master teacher, you can bet most of these instructors have been studying and learning and teaching martial art for 10, 12, 13, 14 years at bare minimum, if not more. And then you got 5th degree, 6th degree, some style, once you get like a 7th degree black belt, you're a grandmaster, and by then you're like practicing for, almost 30 years plus, like. So I want you to consider, what is the rank of your instructor or potential instructor? Are they still at the learning stage? Have they gone to more of an instructor rank where they're learning, but they've also mastered the beginning level? So who do you want to learn from? Do you want to learn from somebody that just still kind of learning? It's still in the beginning stage, or do you want somebody to have a lot of knowledge in the martial arts? The eighth thing I want to discuss is, do they teach what they say they teach. So when you move to a school, what is the primary goal that you want? Is it for self-defense? So are they actually teaching self-defense? Or are they more of a sports-based school where the technique will only work in more of a competition setting and will never actually work in reality or in self-defense? Or do they teach a mixture of both? And then also, do they promote physical fitness? And if they do, are the actual activities and skills and drills that you're learning, does that help you get more physically fit? Does it help you get stronger, etc.? Make sure whatever your goal is, join a school that's going to help you achieve your goal, but at the same time, if they say they're a self-defense school, are they teaching self-defense, like actual self-defense? If they're more of a sports school, do they teach actual sports stuff? So like if I'm, more interested in sports side of striking martial art, Taekwondo, kickboxing, which can also both be used for self-defense. But if the school is primarily a competition school, that's what I would go for. If I wanted maybe more strictly self-defense, maybe I would learn a command style like Krav Maga or something along that line. Or, like what we do here at Cobourg Tae Kwon Do, we teach a really good, well-mixtured program of sports martial art, traditional martial art, self-defense, physical fitness. So we have pretty much a well-structured, well-rounded system so that a variety of students can come and train together. And then the beauty of what we do is, if you are more sports-oriented, we do have program or class that you can work more on your that. And then if you want more self-defense, we definitely have stuff that you can work more towards self-defense. And in both cases, we also have lots of physical fitness, both physically and mental conditioning, preparing you for self-defense competition or just to get general fitness. So make sure you look at the school that actually teaches and does what they say they do. The ninth thing I want to discuss is, are they actually a martial arts school or are they something else? I'm not going to go into too many details on this because it might offend some people, but are you joining martial arts school to learn martial arts and physical fitness and self-defense? Or are you joining a school because it's maybe more an after-school program or a daycare center or just some random activity? Make sure if you are looking for an actual martial arts school, join an actual martial arts school, that's your primary business, that's your primary activity. You're there to teach high quality martial art and provide high quality training to you, the student, and not have a bunch of Anderson clutter to kind of hype the fact that maybe you're not 100% a martial arts school. Again, that's going to be your preference. The 10th thing I want you to consider is, if the school that you're checking out, do they have a standardized testing? So a lot of schools, you have specific rank, white, yellow, orange, green, blue belt, black belt, first degree black belt, second degree black belt, center. They have some kind of ranking system where it might just be a beginner level, intermediate, advanced, and black belt level. There's various ways of doing ranks and levels in martial art. That doesn't really matter. The point is, do they have a standard, meaning a white belt should be doing this, a yellow belt should be doing this, or a beginner should be learning this, advanced should be doing this. You need to have certain things checked off in order for you to progress from one level to another, or from one rank to another. Or is it kind of pretty vague and like they just kind of have techniques here, techniques over there, and they just kind of hand out belts whenever they feel like it. And certain people are progressing, other people aren't. Or do they have a standard that everybody follows? Whether you're a new student, whether you're the most athletic, whether you're not the most athletic, whether you're a teacher's pet versus just somebody in class. Is everybody held to the same standard? Make sure that the school that you're checking out has that in place. The second last thing I want to discuss in today's video is, in general, is the school, in general, well-structured. So do they have a well-structured martial art program or program that, there's a step A, step B, step C. So if you want to go from A to B, you have to have certain things accomplished or learn certain things before you progress. So we discussed that in the last one. So are they well structured? 2, is everything in the school well structured to have a system? So your grading systems, your belt testing or belt progression system are in place. Do they have really good systems for the class schedule is basic consistent, as well as even just payment structure. What are you paying monthly for your classes? Bi-monthly, tri-monthly, half a year membership, whatever your payments are. Is it well structured, and is there no hidden fee? Are they upfront with all the costs? Sometimes, not just martial arts, sometimes in fitness and other programs, they'll kind of hype some of the costs in the program. Are they up front saying, this is how much it costs to join, this is how much it costs for your monthly membership, whatever it is, whatever your structured payment plan is it easily understandable and is it honest? So like if I hand you, or the instructor hands you the payment plan or whatever it might be, you understand it, there's no hidden fees, honesty basically. So is their structure honest for you? So check that out, and we're going to go right into the last tip. The last thing I want you to discuss with you today is, does the school you have or have in mind to join, do they have good ethics and values and martial arts traditions? So, especially like the more traditional style, there's a lot of yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am, a lot of respect, a lot of bowing, a lot of courtesy. We show courtesy to everybody, and then you will earn the respect, but you're always given courtesy. Is that in place? Is your life skills in place? Are the instructors practicing what they preach? If an instructor will say, for instance, like a lot of schools will say, like, they'll never abuse alcohol or drugs, for instance, that's one thing that some schools say, then the instructor, after hours, is he doing illegal drugs? And the keyword illegal versus legal, that's, again, a topic for another day. But are they doing things that are contradictory to what they tell their students? Are they doing illegal stuff outside the martial arts school, or even perhaps inside? Is there a strong sense of ethics, courtesy, respect, and tradition within that martial arts school that everybody has to follow? Instructors, head instructor, student, parent, visitor, everybody that's in that martial arts school community, are they all showing that same respect towards each other? Are they following proper ethics? Are they being a good human being? They're not going out trying to hurt people. Make sure that's in there. Alright, so that was like 12 things that I recommend that you check out when you're looking for a martial arts school. I might have missed a couple. I have another video somewhere on the channel here that has some other stuff along the same line. You want to go ahead and find that out. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and you can also head over to CobourgTaekwondo.ca or .com. Check out the programs that we have here at Cobourg Taekwondo. We have Taekwondo programs for teens, adult kids. We have fitness kickboxing. We got a couple other programs in the works. We have, competition style class. We have recreational. We have something for everybody here serving the Northumberland County, Cobourg, and Port Hope area. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment below. I'll see you soon in the next video.